very different as Kevin Missel sirs. Even I never liked reading and writing. Started writing when I was 12, but now I love doing both. And people do judge me by my age. I mean, they think you are so young. What could you have written? So, anyways, today I'll not be talking about myself because I'm not that famous. I'll be talking about my books. So firstly, I would like to thank the organizers of the Hyderabad Literature Festival for providing me with this platform. It's a surreal experience that means a lot to me. So coming to the essence of my books, well, the Jazz Gang series, as the name suggests, is about three teenagers, Jay, Archie and Zanisha, who have completely different personalities. If one is witty and cool, the other one is soft-spoken and polite, while the third one is confident but at times arrogant. So the story begins in the backdrop of the splendid Andaman Islands, where the three teenagers, despite being poles apart, come together to discover something unthinkable. They discover something they must have heard or read only in fiction stories, a time machine. Travel 7,000 years back in time to the land of Mithila to meet Devi Sita. Well, we all know extensively about Sri Ram, but very little about how Mata Sita's life would have been before her marriage. Do we? So the Jazz Gang basically want to know how she was. Was she passive and polite and soft-spoken, or was she daring and courageous? Was she a typical girl who loved doing girly stuff, or was she someone completely different? The Jazz Gang embark on a perilous yet magical journey to traverse her birthland. They want to know how life was 7,000 years back in time. They are curious teenagers who want to prove that Ramayana was not a mythology as claimed by some Western historians. Another question to the audience. Anybody who would like to share their favorite fiction author or fiction novel? Okay. Back in the days when you were young kids. Alright. For me it was Nancy Drew.
Yes, Nancy Drew.
Anybody else? Alright, so just imagine this. Nancy Drew exploring our majestic temples. Geronimo Stilton as the guardian of ancient Indian knowledge. Percy Jackson battling the Rakshasas. Harry Potter in a dhoti concocting potions with an Indian twist. And the famous five chasing clues against the vibrant landscape of ancient India. That is the universe I've tried to create. A universe.
Amazing.
Thank you. A universe where age is just a number and the thrill of exploration is timeless. So the Jazz Gang trilogy is not just a story, but a roller coaster ride through the realms of magic, mystery, fantasy, comedy, friendship, thrill, suspense, and loads of interesting facts. Be it a 7-year-old or a 77-year-old, every person has thoroughly enjoyed reading the Jazz Gang trilogy. I venture into the Ramayana era, you might wonder. Well, I am hooked on the futuristic marvels as any tech-savvy teen. Recently, I read about a Hyderabad-based startup that's considering the possibility of flying cabs in India. That's mind-blowing. But here's the thing. We Indians have a history that whispers the tales of Vimanas and head transplants. In fact, last month, the Honorable Prime Minister of our country, Shri Narendra Modi ji, addressed a group of doctors wherein he said that Hindu god Ganesha's head was an evidence of plastic surgery, and that a warrior described in the Mahabharata as being born out of his mother's womb was in fact a test tube baby. So in my opinion, the ancient sagas aren't just myths, they're blueprints of advanced flying vehicles and early versions of plastic surgery. The Jazz Gang series is basically a blend of Indian culture infused with fantasy and undiscovered facts. Being a Gen Z teenager with an insatiable appetite for adventure, they blend the futuristic awe with a touch of our age-old wonders. So basically, it's my way of saying, hey, our culture is way cooler than you think. So as we celebrate the joy of literature and storytelling, I urge you all to read my books. Audience, don't you want to know what happens with the Jazz Gang? Yeah. Is the time machine for real? Do they really visit Mithila? To find out the answers, do read my books. They are available on Amazon as well as they're up for sale here at the Litfest near the Book Point. So do check them out. And the last but not the least, I would like to thank all my readers for giving me a fair chance, for believing in me. Special thanks to my parents for being my greatest source of inspiration.
Make some noise for the parents, yeah.
And a bigger thanks to the audience for patiently listening. And the biggest thanks to the Almighty for everything He's given me. Now I'd like to sign off with a resounding Jai Siya Ram. Thank you.